What's going on with the Los Angeles real estate market for November 2023? Stay tuned. It's been an interesting year this year in Southern California real estate. So, last year, the prices skyrocketed really quickly the first half of the year and then fell about 15% the last half of the year. So a very interesting year indeed. And then the market shifted at the beginning of this year and the prices started going back up. And we actually surpassed the point we were at last year. So we ended up basically regaining all of the lost ground from last year. And now prices have been increasing pretty steadily throughout this entire year. Well, what are we seeing now, especially since interest rates up until about last week were in the 8% range or so? Well, what we're actually seeing right now, if we look at the median home prices here in Los Angeles, year over year, we're up just over 7%, actually closer to 8% in Los Angeles County. However, if we look at it month over month, we're up less than 0.5% right now. So for the last 30 to 45 days, we're seeing that the prices have been roughly flat. So the prices really only tell a part of the story. And prices are what we call a lagging indicator. And we call it a lagging indicator because if a home closes escrow today, that's probably a deal that was negotiated anywhere from 30 to 45 days ago. So we also want to look at some of the other things to see what's happening right now in the current market. So we're not looking at information that's 30 plus days old. And one of the things I really like to look at is days on market. What are list prices doing? Things like that. Well, what's interesting right now is we're actually starting to see an increase in price reductions. And that's usually one of the first indicators that the market's starting to slow down a bit, because that means that where you have offers, like we saw before, they were selling over list price, and that's really been happening a lot recently, even with the higher interest rates. So we've seen the total number of price reductions go up, as well as the number of total days increase also. So that tells us that homes are actually selling a little bit longer, and sellers are having to reduce the price to get those homes moved. And that kind of makes sense if you look at what the inventory is doing. So year over year, the total amount of homes per sale was up 10%. That makes sense, right? So if there's less properties coming off right now this time of year, we'll see the number of the total homes for sale take a big dive as we get going into the holiday season. So we're going to see what happens, because this year is kind of unique with this numbers, and it's going to be very interesting to see. So are we really shifting into a buyer's market? No, I don't think we are, because the inventory is so incredibly low right now. So just to give you an idea, in 91326 in Porter Ranch, you currently only have 61 homes for sale, and you only have 7 that are under $1 million and only 14 that are actually under 1.4. So what do those numbers actually mean? So yes, while you are seeing more price reductions right now, the homes that are priced under $1 million, it's as if the market hasn't slowed down at all. And this is across LA County. We're still seeing a lot of multiple offers. It's very competitive. Homes selling over the list price. What we're seeing is when you get into the higher priced homes, over 1.4, 1.5, because you can imagine what the monthly payment would be at closer to 8%. Now, one thing that we're going to keep an eye on that's actually happened over the course of the last week is that you've had interest rates drop. And interest rates were over 8%. Now they're hovering right now at about 7 3/4. So that's good news for buyers right now. There's still some great deals going on right now. And if the home is priced accordingly, then most likely you're still going to see multiple offers. And I'm going to take it a step further. If the house is remodeled and already in move-in condition, then that home, it can almost definitely see multiple offers. And the reason being is you can imagine that with buyers right now facing $10,000 to $13,000 monthly payments most buyers don't have the cash on hand to do a $250,000 remodel on top of it unless the house is priced accordingly. So that's what's going on in the current real estate market right here in Southern California. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, 818-396-3311. That's 818-396-3311. And thanks again for watching our vlog.